Refill your emotional support beverage.
We're back.
Welcome to another episode of Situationship. What have you been up to?
Okay, so we've been talking about like media. I haven't been watching that much TV because I really haven't. But one thing that I did start watching is, and I know I'm so far behind, so before anyone like flames me on this.
Oh, I have a feeling I know where you're going with this.
I've been watching the Karen Reed trial.
Oh, no, not where I thought you were going.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like this is pretty random. So that's why I was wondering where you were going with this. Yeah, no, I was watching the Karen Reed trial documentary on Hulu because I've already known a decent amount about this case from podcasts and things like that. And then I heard some things during the trial, some things post-trial. But I was like, oh, this is just, it would be interesting to hear from like their perspective from both sides, mind you, like in this trial. Like John O'Keefe's family, friends are involved. It's really his friends, like all his close friends are involved in the documentary. And then against a ton of media people that had been covering the case from like day one, living in Boston. Anywho, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I really liked her to begin with. I'm not saying she did do this. I want to be very clear. I don't know if she did. I do not like her at all. Watching this made me despise her a little bit, which sounds really bad. Okay. And again, I'm not claiming that she did this. I do believe the police fumbled the bag from day one.
Oh, for sure.
I think whoever did it, they did a disservice to everybody involved because there was just a lot of negligence in the case, which I think made us not be able to figure out who truly did it. Whether it was her, whether it was the friends, whether it was someone random or himself that like caused that to happen. I don't know. I mean, doubtful he did it, but you can kind of get where I'm going with this. It's just like there was no...
Yeah, we'll never know because they messed it up so poorly.
Yeah. And I understand too, the weather was a huge... Because they talked about that extensively in it, that the police did a lot of things differently because of the blizzard happening. They couldn't get the evidence fast enough. And so that's why they ended up in like red Solo cups in a random, like, what was it, like a shop and go or some random...
Yeah, like a bag.
Mart grocery store bag.
Yeah.
It's all really terrible.
Bad. It's really
because
bad.
they didn't expect like to come up upon, because they just like when the call was made, which also like it was made poorly, which, you know, I'm not going to say like people in that situations, you don't know how you're going to react, but they did say like he was like passed out. No, he wasn't passed out. He's dead.
Yeah.
And so obviously that's going to change how, like, who gets sent out,
right?
Who deals with the body, things like that. And so everything was just that could have kind of gone wrong with this case did go wrong. But yeah, I kind of despise her now.
Well, that's okay. You know, like you can be a crappy person, but that doesn't mean that you're a murderer,
Well,
you know? So
that's what I want to be clear, because I don't necessarily think, oh, she's guilty, like she did it. I think, again, we will never know what happened. But I do think that it made me, I was kind of like, because everything I'd heard before was so pro her.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, in every podcast, I was like, oh, there was like no way she could have done it, whatever. And then watching this, I was like, I'm not saying she for sure did it. I'm not saying, but I'm like,
you think she could?
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I'm not going to throw out the theory because, again, all the evidence has been tainted. Right. Everything's been wrong. And also because the one Trooper Proctor, didn't do his job the way he should have done it. And that also taints everything that he was a part of the investigation. Yeah. So then it's like, who do you trust? And also they didn't really investigate long enough. So I just think that there's a lot of things dropped in this case, which makes me frustrated because it really made it easy for the defense to be like, well, you didn't do this. Right. And you didn't talk to this person. And also, by the way, we can get people to say, like, it just created enough doubt, obviously.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the party that everyone was talking about.
Yeah.
for the past year
No.
or so.
Okay. To be fair, I did listen to a lot of it, but I wasn't really keeping up with the trial because the trial takes forever. Trials, like, they're ongoing. Also, everything I kept seeing was just like all the picket lines, like everyone being like,
yeah,
release her. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't deserve to go to prison. And based on the evidence alone, I don't think she should have gone to prison. I think they had to exonerate her.
Yeah. Well, there was reasonable doubt. So
that's my point.
There it is.
They had to exonerate her. But that's my hot take for the day.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I don't know. The whole time I thought people were like in love with her this whole time.
I don't think people are in love with her.
But I saw she's very polarizing.
For sure.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
Just very polarizing. I think
people believe that she shouldn't have been convicted. But I don't know. More than that.
I think their relationship was tumultuous. I think that there was some weird, shady things going on with like her trying to get with that mutual friend of theirs. There was just some weird, it's just weird. Everything about that whole thing, weird. But again, she, like you said, and I do agree, we talked about this previously with the whole Amanda Knox thing. Just because you're unlikable doesn't mean you're a killer. And I'll stand by that. Because also one day, let's say you're just unlikable one day, and then like the police or media or someone, they like grab a hold of that and they're like, well, she sucks. And you just had an off day. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, well, she killed somebody. So in other news, I also started reading our book club book, our next month's book.
Yeah.
And not sure how I feel about that yet. I will stay tuned and I will let you know. It's a spooky themed book. Mm-hmm. It's A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping.
Okay, yes.
I'm not going to claim that this is a great book because
this was your choice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I ran. Okay, I want to be very clear though. I threw this book out there with like multiple other books and I just was like, it was kind of like, oh, just by the way, this is a book I was planning on reading. Mm-hmm. Not sure if it was good or not. I did zero research when this book was thrown. And then everybody was like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
So now we're doing that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to claim this is a good book because again, no prior research. I just wanted a Halloween themed book.
Yeah. Well, then it fits.
And it fits. So
it fits, it ships.
Yeah. So it's
shipping.
It's shipping. We're doing it and I'm reading it. But thus far, I'm very lost. Like I'm a little confused about what's happening, but
okay. Well, I'm supposed to start that soon because I literally today just finished the book that I was reading. I was reading The Coworker by Freida McFadden, which just like is the biggest mind F of a book. Like I vacillated between like not hating it, but just being like, why am I reading this? This is like kind of bizarre, to like amazed and back and forth. So I don't know, like if you're a Freida McFadden girl, like maybe read it. Mm-hmm. I can't decide 100% how I feel about it. I mean, tons of twists and turns. Like I never anticipated what was going to happen next, but I'm also just kind of like, eh. So I'm ready to start our witchy book.
Yeah, I mean, this one I think it's like lighthearted and dumb. Like
there's no murder.
I mean, thus far, there's not been any murder. There's not been any murder.
Are there spells?
There are spells.
Okay.
There's death, but no murder. Mm. So.
Interesante.
And it also takes place in Britain.
Okay.
They're British.
They're British witches.
They're British witches with the main character being Indian.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know, you'll just have to read the book because otherwise I'll just be giving so much stuff away. It honestly, because I forgot, I read the other book.
Oh, right. The other witchy book.
The other witchy book.
Yes, of course.
Yes, this other witchy book. Okay, so last year, this is the whole reason I wanted to try this book, is I read the other book by her, and her name is, and I really hope I'm not butchering this that bad, but it's Sangu Mandana or Mandana. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she had written the book The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches.
Right. And I feel like there was a lot of talk about that, wasn't there? Like last year?
Yes. Now,
it was hyped.
I thought it was cutesy. I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Because it wasn't one of those books again that I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this.
Mind blown.
But I thought it was really like cozy. It was cozy and cute. And so I was like, well, I want to read another cozy and cute novel for Halloween. Uh-huh. So that's why I chose it. Simple as that. And thus far, it does give me like cozy vibes for sure.
Okay.
And I do love the idea that they're from Britain. I don't know why, because they're like naming places that I have no clue what they're talking about, and so then I have to look them up. But it's fun.
Okay, so it's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience because think about it. Most books you're probably reading, it's probably set in the U.S. somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's fair.
Or it's in a made up location that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so that's a little difficult because you have to follow along. But these,
you can just like imagine it.
You can imagine it. But this one, you still don't need to look them up to like feel the feelings, but it helps to be like, what are they even talking about right now?
Okay.
So be it.
I'll start it.
Yeah. No, I'm starting it because I'm hosting it. So I wanted to be ahead of the game so I can start doing my planning to make sure we have all the drinks and the snacks and the cute stuff to go along with it.
Are you going to make witchy drinks?
Oh, yeah. That's the goal. I was hoping that there's something in there that's like really cutesy, but we'll see. If not, then maybe I'll make like a witchy sangria or something.
That would be cute. Get some dry ice or something. Make a cauldron.
Yeah. It'll be fun regardless. Other than Freida McFadden, what have you been doing?
I also have been watching a true crime doc on Hulu.
Oh, wow. Hulu has all of them.
I know. Hulu is hopping. So I finished the Amanda Knox, like last week or something. And I was like, okay, I want to start something else. And I started the Murdaugh murders one. Do you remember when the Murdaugh murders, like whole saga was like gripping the nation? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. I got deep. I got invested in that. I started listening to the podcast that Mandy Matney did. Like she was an investigative journalist, like boots on the ground right there, local. And she did like such a good job talking about all the aspects of the case. And I like followed that podcast for months. I was obsessed because she just knew like all the details. It was such a good source of information. So this is actually like a dramatized version, kind of like the Amanda Knox one. So there's like actresses and actors, whatever, playing the part. I made it through like 1.5 episodes. It's good.
Oh,
like,
really?
And they actually are taking like things that were actually said in real life, like from the 911 call and stuff like that, and like putting it in the doc so it like feels real. And obviously they're like embellishing and like adding stuff to it because we don't really know what happened at all these different like family events, but really interesting. I recommend it. Like if you were interested at all in that whole saga, watch this. And if you weren't, but you love a little true crime, recommend.
No,
I'm into it.
I mean, it has been piquing my interest just because I've been seeing so many like interviews and things about it. But what was crazy to me is how many people were like before that not knowing. Like this dropped and people are like, what? Or they heard about it, but they never deep dived into it. I'm like, welcome to the ride of your life.
Oh my gosh. There's so many layers to this story. Like this family lived, if you don't know anything about them, they're like lived in South Carolina, generations upon generations of lawyers. Like the male heads of the family were like all lawyers, all solicitors, all very like powerful people in the state, and have just been like covering up crimes for decades. There's so much there. It's just like, it's fascinating and crazy how they got away with it for so long. And it all kind of like came tumbling out because of this one generation of them.
Yeah. And specifically not just like any old little crimes too.
Oh no.
Lots of murder,
embezzling, money,
like felonies,
laundering, illegal fishing. I don't know. Like just, there's so many things.
They basically were just getting away with anything and everything.
They were like a crime family.
Yeah. They're literally
pretending to be upstanding citizens.
Yeah. Basically the mafia in this little town in South Carolina, which is even crazier because when I was in my master's program, I knew people. They were like, oh yeah, I know people that like know the family, like lived in the area, things like that. I'm like, there's no way y'all are just living it up with the Murdaughs. Like you just grew up with them. I couldn't imagine because there has to be so much tea from the actual town. Because
for sure,
there had to have been rumblings before all of this like dropped, and then before
100%.
the last so many years.
Yeah, even like during interviews and stuff, when all of these different things were happening, like people were coming out and saying like they're untouchable. Like people in that area knew that they were up to some shady stuff and they got away with everything.
Yeah, I just want to know if they knew A, to the extent of what these people were doing, and B, because obviously, yes, they were very wealthy.
They were well connected.
Well connected. They had all these different properties, their main one being like the farm with all the hunting dogs and all of that. I don't know. Also, the friends of the sons, like what they had to endure and go through all this stuff. Basically, yes, I will probably be tuning into this because I've been seeing a lot of great things about it. And I don't know why my hesitancy, honestly, probably because I've been like limiting my true crime, and this Karen Reed case was kind of like me getting back into it just like a little bit. And also because it was more discussing like the trial than anything else.
Right.
But I will say I am color me intrigued. I'm interested.
Yeah. Interesting so far. We haven't gotten really to like the actual murders yet. So it's just kind of like family dynamics. They're setting up how the family worked and like how connected they were and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Which is interesting in the least because it's just hard for me to wrap my head around that sort of dynamic. I understand that that sort of thing still lives on in certain areas of the country.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to me, maybe because we've just never been that family.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't imagine like having being, well, not just wealthy, because there's wealth, and yes, like you probably know a lot of people when you're wealthy, but like being generational, like wealth and success
and power
in a small town, and then like with money and the power and everything, how like untouchable you must truly feel and be. And then
and that's why they got in so much trouble.
Yeah, because at a certain point you unfortunately you
have to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay
for your mistakes.
Yeah. And it just took them forever to get there, but
yeah. Oh, so this past weekend, I also went to homecoming at my alma mater. It was so fun. We took the kids, went to the football game. I just don't have the stamina that I used to, you know? Like we got there at like noon, did some tailgating, ate lunch, went to the football game, ate dinner, and like I think we were back in the hotel room like before 8:00. Like I took a shower and went to bed.
My dream date.
I know.
No, I'm not.
It was perfect. But I was like, man, like I know that like all the bars and stuff were like raging, you know, like everyone was going out at that point. And I was just like snuggled in bed, and I was like, you couldn't pay me to leave. Couldn't pay me to get out of this bed.
I don't blame you. No, low key, actually, I would much rather day drink now. That sounds terrible, but you know what? I'll be in bed by a decent hour. Like I would rather go out, tailgate, eat food, chill, and then no, I'm gonna be back in bed like early, and I can still wake up the next day. I feel fine.
Feel good. Yeah, get rested. Yeah.
Ideal scenario if we're talking about it. Also, just because I don't know, there's just why do I want to be out at like 2, 3 in the morning?
No, I don't.
There's nothing that sounds fun about that to me.
Well, get your nostalgia pants on because we're going to see Polo this weekend.
And not just any polo. Halloween
polo, where the horses are going to be dressed up in costumes.
I know that sounds so crazy. People are probably like,
so silly.
what?
They're like, "Are you kidding?" And no, it's a classy event, and the horses are dressed up
like as witches' brooms and things like that. You know, last year was a delight. We went.
It was so cute.
I love seeing everybody like in costumes riding their little horses who are also dressed as in costumes. You're gonna tell me it's like seeing a puppy dress up.
Yeah,
that's automatically cute. But horses, especially, you would never think of a horse in a costume.
No,
it makes it extra special.
Yeah. Watch our stories on Instagram. We'll post some pictures while we're there. All right, let's get into the topics for today. If you are ready, you ready? Okay. First thing I want to talk about, because I have been seeing so much about this, and I'm mad. I'm big mad at Kevin Federline because he needs to leave Britney alone.
Yeah, this man, okay, it's so funny because I hadn't actually heard of this.
You hadn't?
No. And so I did research because I was like, what? First of all, I didn't even know he released a book. This just shows how much I care about him. I don't.
Yeah.
But yes, this just seems like the money grab is just like, it never ends, does it?
No, he just is like, he doesn't want to work. I'm sorry. He has lived off Britney for the past like 15 years off of child support for their 2 kids. Now both of their kids are grown. They're over the age of 18. And I guess he doesn't want to work anymore. So he needs to find a new way to earn some money, profit off of Britney's name. And here he is writing this tell-all book about her.
Yeah. No, I think it's really unfortunate that he brought the children into it.
Yeah.
I thought that was like so low. I don't care if they're in their young, one is ending his teenage years and one's like 20, starting his 20s. I could not imagine my parent publicly going around and being like, yeah, so they don't want to see that other parent and they don't want to go over even if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you airing their dirty laundry out? That's like for them to talk about.
I think it's interesting because he's saying that he's doing this just trying to help Britney Spears. And I'm like, no, how is this helping her? You're just trashing her name. And you're right. Like, how awful is that for their kids that now the whole world knows these stories that are allegedly true?
Yeah, I had a hard time with that because then he also was like, they were like, well, why? Like, what did they see when they were there? Because again, the stories that they saw something or experienced something at her house that they now do not want to go back. And he was like, well, that's not my story to share. That's theirs. And I'm like, this whole story is not for you to share. It's really weird that you feel compelled to tell the world, like, my kids are estranged from their mother. And
because she's so bad, but I won't tell you what bad thing she's doing.
yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, immediately I'm like, I call BS because I found that hard to believe. And let's say that even again is true.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it even worse almost in my opinion because I'm like, what are we doing here? Like again, why are you airing dirty laundry out?
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I don't either. And so in the book, he accuses Britney of cheating on him when they were together, doing cocaine while she was breastfeeding them. What else? Abusing the children. I mean, like some truly awful, horrendous things. And who knows, like if there is some validity to it or not. I just don't think this is what you do. Like if you're actually concerned about somebody and their mental health, which is what he claims, this is not how you help them.
No. It's just really weird to go to the public and be like, look at what she's doing. Look how awful she is. And then
how awful she was when we were married.
Yeah. And then turning back and be like, well, isn't this helping you? Isn't this making you a better? No. First of all, it's dragging her back into the spotlight.
Exactly. And she's spiraling.
Yes.
This poor woman was saw like weaving in and out of traffic, like driving in a bike lane, supposedly like not being able to get into her house, like having trouble with like her keypad for like 20 minutes, couldn't get into her own house. Like clearly there's something not right. And we've known that there is something not right with her for a long time, but this is just making it so much worse.
Yeah. No, I do feel for her because I just don't know if there's anyone really on her side. I feel like that was the whole point is that like, where's her family? Where's her, like, these people, in my estimation, have never loved her because if you do love someone, you'll try so hard until you can't anymore to get them help. And it's just weird to me be like, yeah, you see her spiraling and you're not like, okay, talking to doctors or talking to people and being like, well, what can we do for her? And having those private conversations because this isn't going to work.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really know if they're having those private conversations or not. But the point is like everyone in her life has profited off of her for so many years. I don't blame her for just like hating everyone in her life, like her parents, her father financially like taking advantage of her, her sister like going out and recreating Britney's shows or like songs, performances for her own fame. It's like, how desperate are you people?
Yeah.
Let her be.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. Like they don't want to work. They want fame. They want money. And again,
she was providing for them for so many years. I think they're just like used to it and they think they deserve it.
No, I agree. It's just really painful with this because like that was her ex-husband.
Right.
Like that's like the father to her children. And for her to be like, for him to be putting out her lowest like moments as just like a sideshow for him. It's just really, really disheartening because she deserves more than that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And K-Fed, I'm fed up with you.
Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, like what is he known for other than being
Nothing.
Britney's ex?
Being a backup dancer.
That's literally it. And he's run out of time on that. So on to the next.
Yeah, unfortunately. He can no longer work in that. So another celebrity couple that's kind of like been all up in the news this week is Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. And I'm sure you've already heard about like her, what everyone's calling her tone deaf anniversary post where she is like proclaiming that Dax promised he would never kill her. And that's how she knows it's like true love, essentially, is, you know, the vibe of the post. But now there's like an old interview that's resurfaced that just makes all of it just like really uncomfy.
Yeah. So I didn't know about the like resurface thing. I didn't see about the post. And I'm not going to lie. The caption, like I didn't think it was funny. But I was like, maybe this is an inside joke between them. Maybe it's something that I don't know about. Like maybe that's their quote unquote sense of humor. It was very badly timed. Okay. Terribly timed. Okay. Because if you didn't know, this last month was like Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And people were crucifying her over posting that during this month. I truly doubt she knew that. Like
probably not. I think it was just really poor taste.
Yeah,
like it's not funny. Sorry,
it's not. Because that's so well known to everybody that like the most common ways that women typically die are from their partner. So it really was like when she posted that, I was like, where are we going with this? Like where's the punchline?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It did make me uncomfortable. I won't lie. Reading that caption just made me feel icky inside.
Yeah.
And then when you pair it with the article, you're like, oh, is this like a healthy relationship? What's happening here?
Yeah. So the resurface interview is from 2012, and they're like telling a story. The two of them are together, both being interviewed, and they're telling the story about how they were in a car and Kristen made a joke about something breaking down and Dax was like really offended. And so he hits her and she said, yeah, I got beat up and I never spoke up again. And it's like, is this a joke again? Is this just like your all's really weird humor, or is there something else going on here? Like, it's just bizarre.
Yeah. The whole thing just doesn't sit well. Because even the interviewer, I guess, in that first 2012 like initial interview said something along the lines of like, you have a really interesting like relationship or dynamic. And I was like, yeah, how would you respond? Like you're the interviewer, you're the reporter, and you're like, to someone like blink twice, like if you need help, like
is this a joke? Are you guys kidding, or
are you being so for real? Because they're having like a jovial time over this. Like they think it's funny.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's really hard for me to tell if these are just very bad jokes or if
they have like some DV stuff going on at home.
Yeah, if they have some. And that's why I was like, I don't even want to rush to this post and be like, she's awful for posting that, whatever. Because I don't know their dynamic. We really don't know what's happening. And so I don't want to like, because what if that is true? What if this is like she's joking about it to like cope with it or like be open about it and it's really happening?
Yeah. I mean, my personal perspective, and this is just like based on nothing, it's just except like how I feel inside, is that they just are weird.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like their humor, but it's just kind of gross.
Yeah.
And tasteless.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. So if y'all could stop, that would be good.
Yeah. No, I would
like
hope.
Keep these jokes between the two of you at home. Like you don't have to share it with millions of people on the internet.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just genuinely can't. I can't fully tell.
Yeah.
I would hope that if they have people in their life that are seeing some weird things going on, that someone would report that or get them help if this is truly toxic. If it's just a weird joke, then I hope that they apologize soon and just let it be done with it.
Yeah.
And
just admit like it was a stupid joke and, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. And just be like, I didn't think it through when I posted that. And it was just like an ongoing joke with us. And I didn't think about, you know, how people are affected every day by this, and leave it at that. Just fall on the sword. And I really hope they're joking.
Me too.
I really hope they're joking.
Because it's just strange.
Really strange.
On a lighter note, we're just going to totally switch, because this is not like a big story or anything, but I saw this headline and it just like gave me the warm and fuzzy feelings. And I feel like we need a little palate cleanser. So we're going to go with that. So somebody asked 50 Cent in an interview recently, like how he felt about Taylor Swift name dropping him.
Yeah.
And her song. Which is the one? What's the name of it?
It's the Ruin the Friendship.
Yes. The song Ruin the Friendship. When she's talking about like her prom and the 50 Cent song was on and she should have kissed him, and so cute. And he's like, I love it. And he's talking about like how it really does call back to a time. And it does, because like during those years, like you didn't go to a party, to a dance, to a prom where there was not like 50 Cent Into Club playing. And so it really just like calls back to a specific time, and like I can feel like I can be there, you know? And I just love that 50 Cent's loving it. Like I love him.
No, he's so cute.
I think he's cute.
It's sweet that he saw that and just was like, oh,
yeah,
like thanks. Like, and it's true, because he's like, I was a part of her special moment.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's sweet. But it actually, when you were saying like the timeliness of it, like how it calls back to that time.
Yeah.
It actually reminded me, because I saw a TikTok about this song when it released, and I was like, and so this girl posted, and I don't think she's that much younger than me. So that's why I was like a little confused, but maybe she's in college.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Because I heard rumblings.
And she posted that she didn't realize the 50 Cent song meant the rapper 50 Cent. And she thought it meant like a 50 Cent like jukebox song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw this and I was like, what? Because how do you not know who 50 Cent is when she's not like 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're not talking like middle school, like early high school age. Like we're talking college or graduated.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just wild to me.
Yeah. And you think that Taylor Swift was at her high school prom paying 50 cents for a song to play on a jukebox? This is not 1950, child.
No, I know. I also had that reaction too, where I was like, who are you talking to right now? Like, this isn't a great grandparent or even a grandparent. We're talking.
How out of touch are you?
No, this
maybe like read a history book real quick.
Yeah, no, it was interesting to me that that's the conclusion she came to. And I was like, I'm so sorry, 50 Cent. This is what our life has come to, where people don't recognize you anymore. And I instantly knew.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was funny. I was like, she did not just drop 50 Cent in the song.
I know. I loved that. Because again, like I could feel like I was there, because I was like, yes, like I bet that song played at my prom.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've heard 50 Cent songs still when I've been out.
I'm sorry. Into Club is always a banger.
Yeah, that's my point. How are we missing who 50 Cent? I don't.
Maybe she doesn't know like who sings.
Maybe she's not into rap music, period.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't go out.
Maybe she's not into club.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not, as we talked about, because no one goes to the club anymore. No, but this also reminds me another TikTok, related but unrelated.
Okay.
A 23-year-old teacher, he was talking about homecoming with his high school students.
Okay.
They're like 16. And he's talking to this girl, was like, oh, like you had fun, whatever. Yeah. And she was like, well, what music did you listen to at your homecoming? And he was like, oh, the Migos. And she goes, the Amigos? And he goes, no, like Migos.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, Amigos. No, Migos. And I was like, there's no way that.
They're only like 5 years apart in age.
Yeah, they're not. Well, she's 16. He's 23.
Okay.
But that's not. Yeah.
No, that's. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, what are we talking about? Now, I do know the one member of Migos died.
Rip.
I always forget which one too, so I can't even. It's not Offset.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry to the
But we're
one
thinking of
Migo.
you.
The one Migo, R.I.P. Migo.
Bless up, man.
But so
Sorry.
I understand they don't make music anymore, but they had so many popular songs.
Oh my gosh.
I've still heard some of them recently.
I still have one or two on a playlist.
Yeah.
I still rock out to them.
Yeah,
I think actually my workout playlist has a couple of them.
Yeah, no stir fry.
Yeah.
We're not listening to stir fry anymore. And I just was like, you guys are listening to early 2000s music still at those homecomings. I know they are. I know they're listening to Yeah, okay? I know y'all are listening to Yeah. And y'all don't know Migos, which is arguably like still very fun.
Still very relevant.
And it's way newer.
Yeah.
Way newer. And so I'm like,
well, I mean, I guess 2000s rap is just superior.
I'm not going to lie. I do agree in some ways, but
Except they don't know who 50 Cent is.
But
so.
they know the songs. They just don't know, I guess, like who sings them. But
Travesty.
I'm like, not y'all know like probably the Wu-Tang over freaking Migos.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking, and I'm like, logistically, it doesn't make sense if we're talking timeline. But if that's the way it's gonna be, it's fine. We'll just keep listening to our mumble rappers and let go of our roots. It's all right.
Let's transition into our actual topic of the day, because I saw this article. I was on page 6 earlier today, like just checking to make sure I didn't miss any new breaking stories. There was an article about this plastic surgeon who was interviewed, and he was talking about the lengths that celebrities go to conceal their plastic surgery. And some of these actually like blew my mind. Of course, like we can know, or we know some of them, like overnight surgeries, private entrances, like of course, like these make sense. Using a fake name or like using their assistant's name for their appointment. Yeah, like all of that makes sense. But no, this man said that someone got delivered to his office in a UPS crate.
Who wants to not be known that much? Now I want to know who.
Yeah, who was it?
Who?
Drop the name.
Also, you know how expensive that is?
Well, I mean, how much money they're spending on the plastic surgery? I'm sure the UPS crate's a drop in the bucket.
I know, but that just seems like a useless expense when we're talking like, you want the surgery or not? And then you're going to freaking get a UPS, you're going to get a crate. How do you, again, logistically, how do we do this? We get into the crate, like the truck?
So you have to pay for the UPS truck and a driver to transport you
and then
in a crate.
When do you get in the crate? Does the crate, how many holes does this crate have? Do we have like fragile things on the
I hope it's as fragile all over it.
Yeah, I'm just, no,
like,
how big is this
turn
crate?
On its side. Like, I don't want to tumble around.
No, exactly. But it's like, how many people then, it's going to take probably more than one person to lift said crate.
Oh, for sure. There's probably like a crane, not a crane. What do you call it? Forklift?
Yeah. Are you on the forklift? Like, I'm not joking. I just want to know, like, logistically, how does this work? Like, did you drive to then meet the UPS truck to get in like a block away?
Probably not. I bet that UPS truck came to their house, making it look like a delivery. I mean, that would make the most sense. They just back up to your door or like to your driveway so no one can see what's going on because the back of the truck is to you. You get in the crate and they close it up. But then you have to be transported, which is like, it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, from all the way there from your house to who knows how far the place is. And then again, when do you get in the crate? Do they help you in the crate?
I bet they pay for full service. White glove.
Yeah. Is this person signing like an NDA? Like
probably.
If you're doing this delivery,
that's probably like an extra $100,000 just for anonymity.
All of this is just to not let people know you're getting plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's a lot. But that's not all. Like these people pay for luxury recovery houses. These are private estates, some of them on private islands, depending on like what you go with. And they're staffed with nurses, chefs, 24/7, security guards, estimated at $1,750 to $3,000 a night. There's also other services, like say you don't want to do that. You want to just like stay at a little posh hotel. You can stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel. They have 4 3,500 square foot condos with an in-house chef, 24/7 nurse access, healing treatments like an LED bed, IV drip therapy, hyperbaric chambers, medicinal leech therapy to reduce swelling.
No, we're not bringing leeches into this. I'm sorry. Why are we going back to like medieval times?
The Four Seasons has 12 hotel rooms that do the same thing. That's like a mini hospital.
Okay, but this makes a
the
little
hotel.
more sense to me to be like, I'm going on vacation where no one can see me. Like, I just want private time for myself to decompress. This makes more sense to me in the scheme of like excuses. Like, because yes, they also do take vacations sometimes.
Right. How are you going to hide? Like, after you get out of the UPS crate, like, what's your plan afterwards? What's your recovery plan? Are you getting back in the UPS crate post surgery? That does not seem safe.
No, but that probably increases your chance of infection.
There could be splinters.
There's no way. There has to be a way to get out that doesn't involve
hiding in a crate.
Yeah. Is there no other? I just want to talk. Is there no better way to like be hidden?
I like this vacation plan better. Like, I want to go to the private island one. That one sounds nice.
Well, and
I'll do that.
I feel like that makes sense to me. Let's go to like Switzerland. Go get your things done over there.
By like the Turkish vacays seem like pretty good to me.
Yeah. No, that sounds lovely. Explore another country, relax, like hopefully have less media over there, chill, and get your surgeries and your whatever all done at one time. Sounds great to me. You're also already taking the time off, so might as well make the most of it.
For sure.
Instead of just going in a crate. However, we don't know where that crate was delivered afterwards. If they did get back in the crate or if they took
I hope they didn't get back in the crate.
I hope they just took a private like car company back.
Yeah. Like
home
what's wrong with just a private car delivering you in an underground garage? What's wrong with that?
Yes. Like Batman.
Yeah. They say that there's like hidden underground streets in LA. Well, that's like a rumor, but I mean,
I wouldn't put it past them though.
Yeah.
LA would.
I know. They're creepy over there. And of course we've talked about like the shiny object theory. I didn't have a name for it before, but I found out that that's what they call the name when they do like a drastic hair change. I did not get any work done. I know I'm looking really good, but I did not change my hair drastically because I'm hiding plastic surgery. Just wanted to clear up that rumor that I have seen floating around online.
I know. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
First, Kelsey Anderson's BBL. Next, your hair.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, this is all natural, minus the Botox. The main question, I think, do celebrities owe us disclosure when they're getting all this done? Because like they're going to such extreme lengths to hide it. And there is like that question, like they're public figures.
Yeah.
So many people look up to them. Are they setting unrealistic beauty standards?
I don't know. I have very mixed feelings on that. I don't think you have to tell anyone anything. Yeah. That is their private and I would say medical history. Like I don't have to tell anyone I got like my appendix removed. So why would I have to tell anyone
when did you get your appendix removed?
I didn't, but I'm just saying.
I did.
Yeah.
I feel like you're stealing my medical history.
Oh, so sorry. Well, now you're letting everybody know. I
got my appendix removed.
This is not violating HIPAA.
I also don't have any tonsils.
She's less organs than me.
Yes. I have had
extensive
work done. I've removed some organs.
That's what people should tell you. Have you gotten got work done?
I have, in fact, yes.
Yeah.
I've removed my appendix. I lost some weight
in
my nodules back here.
Yeah.
My tonsil removal.
Yeah. Can you tell my neck's skinnier? No tonsils, baby. No, see, I can't say that. But like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, why would you have to claim like, oh, here's every single thing I've gotten done on my body? Like, I just don't see that being realistic. But I also hate when people vehemently deny that they never gotten work done or over and over again, deny. And people are like, no, you clearly got work done.
Yeah, I think that's where it bothers me. Like J-Lo, for example, claims that like she uses olive oil on her skin and that's why she looks so youthful. It's like, it's one thing to not want to tell everybody everything you got done. Okay, that's fine. Like, I think that you are owed some privacy. And just because you're a public figure doesn't mean that you owe everyone in the world everything about your life. But lying about things in that way, like really doesn't sit well with me. I'm like, you're just being dishonest. Like no one is going to look like you do because they rub olive oil on your skin. Like stop it.
Yeah, I don't like it either because people do want to do what these celebrities do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think it's really weird when, like you said, they're like, oh, I chalk it up to this one skincare product. And then people go out and buy that skincare product and they're not getting the same results. Like that, I don't like that. It's so dishonest. It just gives me the ick. Like, again, like you said, you don't have to say everything, but it's like, it's okay to admit, oh, I got some filler in my lip.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one always kills me because like Kylie Jenner for the longest time was like, no, no, no. And I'm like, babe, look at your thin little lips before. And this is no hate to thin little lips. She just had thin lips. And then you overfilled them so drastically. Like everyone knew. And you're over here like, I didn't do that. Same thing with Madison Beer. For the longest time, Madison Beer was like, I didn't do anything. Both of them now are like, oh, well, I did. I'm like, what took you so long? Like, and I get like Kylie, especially when she first got out, she was like a teenager.
Yeah, she was young.
But then she kept getting asked and people kept talking about it. And it's like, it's very obvious you got things done and you just took you again years to finally be like, okay, well, I'll be truthful now. And I'm like, it's a little late for that because a ton of people it's weird to me. It's weird to me that you're like so willing to like keep up the lie for that long.
Right. I really appreciate Kris Jenner was just interviewed recently and she said it is that she's always transparent. And she said, quote, it really is somehow my way of showing people and trying to inspire others not to be afraid of surgeries that you need or that are necessary, or even if you want to do something because you want to feel better about yourself. I just appreciate that she's so forthcoming because she had a facelift. She looks fantastic. She came out, she talked about it. She even talked about the surgeon. And I thought it was so funny because she also said that now her surgeon said, it's fine if you name drop me, but give your friends and family like a password so that people can't just like call me and say, oh yeah, Kris Jenner is my friend. So like you just can't call, I think his name's Dr. Levine. Like you can't just call him. Like you have to have a special password to be able to get a consultation with this man.
Yeah, that's insane to me. Some of these doctors though, these like plastic surgeons, man, the ones that do like really good work,
like hers,
they do really, really good work. And it's for like the very, very rich and famous. It's like, yeah, you can't. You just, when they're like, why don't you just call Taylor up? No, you can't just call them up because they will genuinely not give you an appointment. No matter how much money you have and you're willing to set aside for this. They're like, no. And also because, I mean, it does help their reputation. Obviously, Kris Jenner being like, love this man. This is the work.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh,
I want that face.
I want that face. I want to look as good as Kris Jenner looks. And she does. She does look great. It reminds me too, because I do feel like overall people have, especially in the last couple years, been way more open and honest about it. Like way more. I think before it was like frowned upon, but in the last so many years, especially since COVID, we've seen an exponential increase in people getting work done.
But being like, transparent about getting their work done. Like they were always getting their work done. But yeah, there's a little bit more transparency now.
I think there's that. I also think just because people were more self-aware of what they looked like because we were at home a little too much.
Well, yeah. And with the advent of the internet and these people being photographed like 24/7, it's really hard to like one day look one way and then like you get photographed 2 weeks later walking to the grocery store and you look different. Like before, you might get photographed once a month at like an event or something and you can like make gradual changes. But now like you make a change, people are going to notice it. Like it's 100%. Nearly impossible to hide when you've gotten something done.
No, I agree. I meant more for regular people because they've just shown like statistics showing like 2020 because Zoom.
Yeah.
All of this. We're at home. We're looking at mirrors more often. Probably should do less of that. Basically, we're not getting out more. And so we're just like staring at ourselves. And we're like, So I feel like as a society, we're like, it's okay more and more. But I've also seen on TikTok, like a lot of people have been honest. Like Alex Earl was, all these girls very honest about their surgeries, being like, here's exactly what I got. Here's my doctor. He's located here in this state. And I've now seen like 5 different people, like Kylie Jenner being one, where the girl asked, they're like, well, where did you get your breast augmentation? And she was like, oh, here. I was like, that's the most open and honest Kylie we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Same thing with like, again, Alex or some other girls too, being like, oh, this is my doctor. Here's what to ask for. And I'm just like, that's pretty crazy, but it's also way more. I like that though. It doesn't mean I'm going to go to so-and-so and get plastic surgery from them, but it's like, it just feels nice knowing like, okay, you're willing to A, be honest about it, but B, be helpful to people and say, if you want this, here's what you can do.
Yeah. And I think also it just helps women be more realistic with their own beauty, because they know like, okay, she wasn't born looking like that. Sorry, Kylie, you're gorgeous, but that's not how you looked naturally.
Yeah.
You got work done. And so now for me being like, okay, she's so much more beautiful than me. Like, why can't I look like her? Well, I know why I can't look like her, because I didn't have 20 surgeries and have access to the best skincare and laser treatments and all the things. And I think that just like helps people have like a better understanding of the beauty industry and accept like their own personal beauty. And maybe that's just me, but that's my train of thought.
No, I agree. I think as I've gotten older, I've just kind of been like, meh, this is me. I also have a lot of things I want to spend money on that are not surgeries. Like, and again, to each their own. If this is what you want to spend your money on, do it. Yeah. But then you can at least go research, figure out how much is this going to cost? Is this even worth it for me? And do that math. Because I do think before it was just like you said, like people would waste a ton of money on products, things to like look like someone when they were never going to look like that. And that's unfair versus straight up being like, oh, you can go to here and it's going to run you $20,000. Okay, thanks. At least I know now that's not in my price range. That's not happening. Right. Or so whatever, or I'll save for it and I can get that done.
I wish this would continue a little bit more into like the weight loss space though. I think there are some people out there, Serena Williams, Lizzo, Meghan Trainor, like some people have come out and been like, yes, I'm on GLP-1 or I have had like a tummy tuck done or something like that. But I wish people were a little bit more honest about that, because that's another thing that is like such an area of toxicity in our culture. And women need to know that most of these celebrities like don't just look like that naturally. They're not just like eating salads or like, oh, they just have a fast metabolism. Like, no, they have access to chefs and nutritionists, and they're probably also taking weight loss drugs to help them.
100%. If you combined all of that together, you had a personalized trainer, you're on a specific regimen, and also you have the time to fit in like a 2-hour workout every day, because that's a big thing too. Yeah. Plus you're eating right. Like you said, you're doing all these things and you're having someone help you track your macros, do all of that for you. And then also you're pairing that with the medicine. You're going to lose weight, obviously. Versus, yes, like the regular everyday person does. And it is true. Like they are really weird about that. They're really cagey about that. You do see randomly all of a sudden these celebrities, they're losing weight in like 3 months, and like not a little bit of weight. They're losing like 20 pounds in 3 months. Well, if you're not on GLP-1s and you're not making those lifestyle changes, that's simply impossible. And again, the GLP-1s are a huge part of that, because you could make all those lifestyles. You're not going to lose 20 pounds typically. In
not
3
that
months.
Quickly. Yeah.
Not healthily.
Yeah.
Versus them, they're combining all of that. Yeah. They're losing big amounts of weight really fast. And that's, I mean, you can tell though. You can tell. But it is weird that they're not like, oh, I'm doing this for my health and for my whatever. I mean,
or just because I aesthetically want to look different, you know, like Brooke Snyder, her being so transparent about it. Love that. That's probably like part of the reason why we love that family, is just because they just like let it all fly. And I mean, she claimed in their show that agents were just like handing out GLP-1s to the models. So like even models who have like different body types,
typically naturally skinny,
taller, lankier kind of frames, even they're using it to stay thin. Like,
well, I get like what she was saying in their industry is it's difficult.
right.
You're probably working out as much as you can. You're eating as best as you can, and you're doing long photo shoots. You have long days, and you're trying to maintain or lose weight for whatever. And I respected it too, because all the girls were like, oh yeah, I've been on it at one point. And I was like, it does reframe your mindset a lot, because it's true. I feel like there's been, especially in the last so many years, I've been seeing a lot of TikTokers lately get really skinny. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but for me, I will not lie, it does change the way I look at myself. I will be the first to admit, like lately I've been like, I really have to put it into perspective, because I'm healthy, I'm happy. And as long as I'm healthy and happy, why am I looking at them being like, oh, they're so skinny and pretty? And I'm like, that's just really weird for me to do that. But I've noticed it's because they have been taking a lot of these medicines, and some of them have admitted it. And you're like, okay, well, that makes sense then. Like, why? Because they're naturally skinny, but now they're just getting really skinny. And I think we are bringing in that like mindset again of like super skinny's in.
Thin is in. Yeah.
And
it's toxic.
It's toxic. Like, obviously, again, you can only do so much. I just hate the body conversation, because even like, again, someone who's naturally very thin, maybe they want to gain weight and they can't. It's just really weird for me to be like, well, you have an ideal body, and so you shouldn't try and gain weight. Like, why are we telling that to somebody? Or again, to someone who's maybe a little bit bigger, oh, you need to be skinny. Why are we telling people what they need to look like? I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of like all these concealment tactics that we have talked about, do you think that people are using, like celebrities in particular, are using them to maintain privacy? Or do you think it is more like secrecy and harming authenticity and our own views like on our bodies?
That's a tough one, because again, I think it rides that line.
Yeah.
I think it depends. Like, the person getting delivered in a USPS truck or UPS truck, like, why? I think at that certain point, you want to hide it so bad. You must feel shame and guilt. It actually makes me kind of sad for that person.
Yeah.
Because they feel shame and guilt for whatever they're doing. And then that makes me kind of, I'm like, oh, is that really what you want it that bad, but you're
so scared
to let people know? I don't know. That's kind of sad. But on the other hand, like, I get if they want to put their names under somebody else, or they want to take a back entrance so media is not taking pictures of them going in versus coming out. Like, that does feel icky to me.
Yeah, it does. Like, they're trying to catch you in something. Like, that doesn't seem fair either. And like, our hunger for like constant information about people is kind of toxic. So I kind of understand like wanting to conceal. Again, like you were saying, I would not get in the UPS crate. I don't think there's anything in the world I want that much to ride in the back of a UPS truck to get it. But I do understand like wanting some kind of privacy, and also like being able to tell your story on your own terms when you're ready to do it. And I do think that's another thing about like media. I don't think that they really have, like, they should not ask about these kind of things.
Yeah, I don't think they use discernment of like when, where, like they do. They just ask some really interesting questions.
Yeah, and they're trying to get that like soundbite. Okay, like it's all about virality and like getting that clip that's going to make them famous and get them more money and notoriety, and their job as like an interviewer. I just wish they had like a little bit more tact. Like, I wish we kept the body stuff out of the conversation.
I agree. I think there's certain things, like I do understand if someone's like, what's your regimen? Like, what does that look like for you? To obviously like maintain your looks, like what do you do on a regular basis to make you feel good or do whatever? And then I do think that's again, then it goes back to the celebrities being up to them on what they want to disclose and what they don't want to disclose. I do think it is weird to, if someone's so uncomfortable about it, I do think it's really weird to like push them on it.
Yeah.
And so I do feel bad, for instance, again, going back to like a Kylie Jenner who was asked repeatedly about her lips, because she clearly was uncomfortable about it until she finally was just like, okay, I'm willing to be honest. But again, it's like, I do struggle with like, when are you going to let somebody lie repeatedly? But again, I do think it's up to the celebrity, I guess, to make that decision. But I do think those that are more open and honest, people are more willing to support.
Yes, I think we're just naturally drawn to them because it's like, oh, okay, you're being real, and so many of them are not, and there's like so much veil of secrecy around them. So I actually think that authenticity is like a good way to go.
I think they're rewarded for it.
Yeah,
for sure. And also, that's in companies and people, like everyone's kind of rewarded for it, because when they do talk about products that they like, they sell out.
right.
And they're also branded like this person's secret product. Like it gives the celebrity extra PR and things like that, because everyone's talking about this new thing that they use. And then also, again, people feel closer to them. The fans feel closer because they're like, I'm using the same thing that so-and-so uses, or I'm going to go and do this, add this to my routine because I know that this helps them in whatever way. And then, yes, like you said, it really does bring realism into perspective. Like, what can I truly do? Like, yes, I can use the same serums as them, but if I'm not getting
like CO2 lasers,
yes,
it's probably not going to be the same.
Yeah. Like it might get better.
Yeah.
And you might be like happier with your skin, but yes, it doesn't mean you're going to look like a newborn babe overnight.
What do you mean?
Yeah, my 5,000 step routine won't make me look younger. Only to an extent.
So how do you think this affects us as consumers? Like for me, I'll say, I think this just proves that we need to be more media literate. You got to take things with a grain of salt. Like use your critical thinking and don't just like accept that like this is how this person looks. They're just like God-given, gorgeous, perfect, size 0, 6 foot, whatever. And know that they're using and they have access to things that we don't have access to.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think we have, like you said, become over time more media literate. Like, I think you're right. I think that people can discern when you're BSing them. Like, especially when you're, like you were saying, there's a lot more pictures out of people.
It's hard to hide things now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Anne Hathaway, when she did her like really pulled back hair and her high ponytail, and I was like, oh, she looks like that because she's wearing a really tight bun. And it's like, no, she got a little mini facelift and she looks great, but it's not a tight bun that's making her look like that. Like we have to use our own critical thinking and make these decisions on our own. Like we can't rely on them to tell us.
Yeah, no. And again, like I don't expect everyone to be shouting from the rooftops the minute they leave the place, look at what I got done.
Yeah.
But I also agree, like you can kind of come to an understanding of these new plastic surgery. I mean, and they're getting so good. They're getting so natural looking. And so it does make it harder sometimes to tell. But I think you can typically look at these before and afters and be like, they just look, their skin just looks a little more unblemished and tighter. Yeah, their eyes are just like really smooth, like, and they weren't that smooth before, or they're looking like a little less fat on their face. Like you can kind of figure out whether or not they've gotten something tweaked.
A little nip, a little tuck.
Yeah, a little extra filler, a little removal.
Do you think like them being more secretive trickles down to like influencer culture and then to like the average woman?
Yeah, because I think if they're feeling shame about it, then everyone's feeling shame about it.
Because like you were saying, like why are they resorting to hiding in a truck? They must feel awful about themselves. I should feel awful about myself if I have to get work done.
Yeah, no, I think people think, yeah, I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, well, we don't really speak about it,
Right.
and it's like private, and this is like me, my choice, and I'm doing it because I hate this XYZ thing about myself, and then everyone will know that like I did this because I just didn't like the way I looked, and it doesn't have to be like that deep, I don't think. Like, I think if you just are like, this is what I want to make myself feel better, that's what you want to do to make yourself feel better. And not everyone's going to want to do that. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're less than because you feel like the need to go do something for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and then vice versa. Like, just because you're not getting something done doesn't mean you're less than the people that do want to get things done.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to prioritizing like things. Like, some people would rather travel. Some people would rather get surgery or get something done for themselves. Both are valid.
Sure. Okay. We're finishing up the episode with a rapid fire game. That's a good vuvuzela, if I say so myself.
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you. Okay. Would you admit to these hypothetical procedures?
Okay.
A nose job. Would you say, my face just changed with age, or would you admit to it?
I would admit to getting a nose job. I feel like so many people get a nose job now, though.
For sure. But people do like to pass it off. Be like, oh no, my nose changed because I'm older now. Because your nose is like one of those things that's like always changing as you age.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine that, though. Like, also, people can tell, like, it'd be one thing if you, like, you broke your nose and then you're like,
but
well, it broke my nose.
But I just have a deviated septum.
Oh, I do know people. Actually, no, I knew people that had deviated septums and they're like, well, while you're at it, do you mind just like,
yeah.
And you know what? I kind of, two birds, one stone.
Why not?
Why not? You want to do it? Just.
There was at one point in my life where I was like, I might want a nose job. I don't care anymore.
No, but I love your nose.
Oh, thanks.
Like, it's nice. I don't know.
I don't know. When I was younger, when I was like, I don't know, 20, I thought that my nose was too fat. It's being 20 years old and conscious about like the stupidest stuff.
Well, that's the one thing I will say too. As I get older, the more that's part of it too, is I kind of care less and less, because it's kind of just like, this is
what I look like. This is my face.
This is my face. Unfortunately, like, yes, like you could change, but like it is what it is. Like, this is what I was born with, and I kind of just feel at this point I'm stuck with it. So
yeah, unless I'm not.
Guys, one day I'm going to come up on an episode and I'm not going to tell you anything.
She's going to have a new face.
I'm going to have a completely
But she's going to have a really high bun in her hair, and her hair is going to be like dark brown, and you'll know.
Yeah, I'll know. It's really extra tight.
Yeah. Okay. A boob job.
I think this one's a little harder to admit, but I also think it's so obvious.
It is. And it's so common. Like, I feel like it's a nose job too. Like, people get boob jobs all the time.
I just think it's one of those things. I also just don't care. I feel like I could see where people would feel weirder about this one.
Yeah.
But I also think, like, again, it's pretty obvious. Like, I feel like you would just.
It's hard to hide it.
How would you not own up to that one?
I don't know. That one's really hard to hide.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be like, this is what I got done. And also, like, if you want it done that bad, like, you probably are proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be.
Yeah, most people like to show them off after they get them done.
I mean, you're paying all that money.
Might as well. Lipo cool sculpting. Would you call it a diet and exercise, or would you admit that it was surgical?
This one, I understand why people hide this one. This one, I don't know if I could admit it.
I know. That's so weird, because I feel the same way. I feel like this is the one. Why are we so weird about like weight?
I just think it's one of those things you typically don't want to bring up about somebody else.
Yeah.
So when you would be asked about it.
Who would ask though?
No,
that would be so cringe. Did you get liposuction? I'd be like, excuse me?
Babe, I just like, I'm eating a lot less and now I'm hitting with extra weights. I just think, exactly. But that's my point. First of all, who's asking you that?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd be publicly talking about that one.
I think I would talk about cool sculpting.
Cool sculpting, yes. I've seen it for like people's arms. I've seen it for different areas.
I think it actually sounds interesting. It's non-surgical. I would be interested in trying that. Like,
this doesn't
help me firm up my lower tummy, post children. It's just like a little soft. I wouldn't mind getting it like just a little harder.
No, this is also one of the things I will admit I've also been intrigued by. I wouldn't want to do lipo.
No, it's just so invasive, and it seems like
it scares
the recovery is hard.
It scares me.
It scares me too.
There's only a couple things I'd be interested in it, and I will not lie. This is one thing I could be like, I could be intrigued.
Yeah. You could get me with a little cool sculpting.
Yeah.
Okay. A facelift. Are you going to call it rested and refreshed or admit you went under the knife?
I think this is one I would admit.
Yeah.
Because I think it's also very obvious one. B, I think you do this like later.
For sure.
And
yeah. And at that point, like,
do I really care that
who
much?
cares? Yeah. I would be like Kris Jenner and be like, yeah, this is my doctor.
I know if people were like, yeah, you just look so good, I'd be like, yeah, thanks to Dr. So-and-so down the street, hit him up if you so please. Like, also because if I want to look good when I'm older.
Yeah.
I think most people do. And so it's like, again, why would I lie about that?
After seeing like Kris Jenner and all these like younger ladies that are like not that much older than me, like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, because she's always looked good.
Yeah. And the one who I always forget about, I talked about this last time.
Emma Stone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who like.
She also looked good before.
Good. And I think she's about my age. I'm like, what? How are you girls already doing this? I mean, you look fantabulous, but.
I don't know if I'd be doing it that young though.
I know. It just seems a little scary because like, well, what's it going to look like in 20 years? Okay. Botox. You going to call it like magical skincare or admit that it was the top?
I would admit Botox.
For sure. Like
everyone gets Botox now.
Yeah. Even men.
Yeah, it's common. Like I really want it for my jaw.
Mm-hmm.
My jaw hurts, guys. I grind my teeth so hard, and like, I literally I wake myself up to clicking from my teeth grinding. That's how hard I grind my teeth.
Well, you should do it because our neighbor.
Yeah, no, I've heard really good things.
She loved it.
Everyone says it helps, and I do. I walk around like, and it hurts my jaw, and so that's one I would be really intrigued by. I also know people who get it for migraines, so there's a lot of benefits to Botox.
Some people get it in their armpits.
Yeah, so they sweat less. Yeah, there's so many. They're finding more and more like medicinal ways to use Botox, but Botox is Botox.
Yeah.
Did you see Paige DeSorbo just got some, and she just was talking about it on the Giggly Squad?
No, I did not.
Yeah, she was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to tell it, but she was like, but I knew everyone was going to immediately know just by looking at my face. And so she was like, so I finally got work done, and she looks good. So
okay, what about dermal fillers? Are you overlining your lips like Kylie?
I would admit that.
Yeah.
So many people my age, girls my age, everyone has lip fillers. Everyone has lip fillers.
Like rampant.
It's if you watch The Bachelor, every single girl has lip fillers.
Yes. All of the reality stars.
Love Island.
It's a prereq before you go on. I think they're all just like, oh, better have some full lips because I'm going to be macking down on all these men.
I know. Well, and like, I get it. I don't know. Lip filler scares me a little bit. Like in some ways I'm like, could be fun. Part of me's like, you could go really bad though.
The whole like migration thing about it
freaks
scares
me out.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want my filler just like choosing to go in its own direction. Like, what?
What do you mean? Every time I see someone get their lip fillers like done, like taken out, or they lessen them, I always think they look better. Like again, Kylie Jenner, hers got way less. She looks great. I think she's looking the best maybe she's ever looked, and she got a lot of things dissolved.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that when I see people like that, then I'm like, maybe I could go with that. It's just because I feel pressured sometimes. I will admit, I also feel pressured.
Feel pressured to get filler?
Not on my lips. Maybe. But like Botox, some of this sort of stuff at my age, because I know so many mid 20-year-olds that are getting it done. The only reason I won't is fear. Fear itself is alone, because I don't want problems. I don't want to have like the paralyzed face or my lips being like, and then when I'm in my 40s or 50s, people are like, you could tell you got Botox when you were in your 20s. So that fear is what keeps me blocked. Okay. Also that and the reoccurring payments, because who wants to keep going? I don't want to keep going every 6 months.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yep.
Okay, BBL. I've been working on my squats. Are you going to admit it?
No. Well, first of all, everyone can tell you have a BBL.
Yeah, I would never get a. You could not pay me to get a BBL.
No, I would rather die than get a BBL. I'm not joking.
So like knife to your throat, you'd be like, well, just go ahead and kill me. I would take the BBL. Like if someone's like,
you're going to get this BBL right now,
you won't die. Or you take this BBL. I'd be like, fine, give me a juicy booty.
if I must. can't beat these BBL allegations. No, I just like, I don't know. You know, I'm happy. I'm other than like, yes, like a little firming, a little like whatever. I could do that. I'm happy with my butt the way it is. I don't want a extra juicy
You know what I want to
booty.
do? I want to do what Brooke Snyder did with that like vibrating thing on her butt. It's supposed to like tighten your tush or something.
Okay,
I'll
but
try that.
that intrigue, anything that's like non-invasive.
Yeah, I don't want anything surgical.
I won't lie, like all of those things intrigue me because it's even like lasers, like all of that sort of stuff. Because I'm like, you're really just like helping like resurface your skin, or in this case, you're just like working the muscles. I'm like, what is that truly gonna hurt? I don't know. And then guess in 10 years later, they're gonna say that has lead in it too, just like the protein powder.
And we're all going to die.
We're all gonna die.
But we're going to be the most well-preserved dead bodies you've ever seen.
I'm gonna be
And
the
be like,
hottest dead body.
That dead girl looks so good.
She did those extra laser resurfacing, extra shaky thingy. I don't know what that it's even called.
I don't know either.
But it did intrigue me.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
It also looked kind of fun.
It did kind of look fun.
It kind of looked like one of those things where you do it and you're just like, this
is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous,
yeah.
but like fun. Like, yeah, honestly, any of this like health and wellness stuff, give me the extra. I'll even do, if it makes me look better, I'll do cold plunges. I don't care. Like, put me in through some of that sort of stuff, but I don't really want to go under the knife anytime soon. I kind of fear I'm just gonna like look like a grandma, and it's gonna
it's okay.
It's gonna be okay. Like, I think about little sweet grandmas. I've never been like, ew, grandma. I've been like, cute grandma. Yeah. So if I look like that when I'm older, I'm like, it's
gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, no, one day I'm gonna look old regardless, whether I get work done or not. So again, it is what it is.
On that note, we're calling it a day. Thank you for tuning in with us. Be sure to go back and check out all our previous episodes. We have 30 of them. So if you're new around here, we have so much for you to binge. So many fun topics for you to go check out.
Yeah. And as always, you can also find us on YouTube. Make sure to check it out. I mean, again,
subscribe,
do all the things. And then also you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Our @ is @situationship, or you can follow our personals. Mine is @Morgan Ashley Shoffin.
And I have the better account, and it's @Lauren M. Dix.
All right. To be debated later. Bye.